Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. The Windies are fine-tuning preparations for their first official game on the tour of New Zealand, a T20 international, against the host on November 27. Among the players keen to impress in the two-game series is 25-year-old opening batsman Brandon King. King has played just 8 T20 internationals, with his top score of 43 coming in March this year against Sri Lanka in Pallekele. The Jamaican has been speaking about his journey so far as a Windies player.
I wear number 53. Growing up, Ramnaresh Sarwan was my favorite cricketer, and he used to wear 53, so I always decided that, if I was given the opportunity to play for West Indies, I would definitely pick that number.
When you played it, was that
I made my debut against Afghanistan. We played in Lucknow, which is in India, and the first T20, I didn't do too well, but came out with the win. I would say that I was a little nervous at first, but after those few first balls, I was all right. It was a really proud moment for me, and I was very excited to be there. My favorite moment would be when we won the T20 series in Sri Lanka. I think the team did very well. It was a very convincing win, and the guys were very happy. It was just a good time over there. We're all hungry here. During COVID, the tournaments have been very scarce, and we're all excited to be here, and we're working very hard to make you guys proud on the field, and just support us in any way you can. I know that the time difference will be difficult to take the games, but we'll put out our best all the time.
Brandon King, as I said at the top of the show, a cricketer that I see a lot of potential in, and of course, I have a lot of time for him, and I'm looking forward. I'm actually rooting for him to do very well in this T20 against New Zealand. Tino best. Brandon King says number 53 on the back of his t-shirt is because he really admires Ramnaresh Sarwan. What do you think about, Brandon King, his potential, and of course, his comment about his favorite cricketer?
Yeah, Sar's a good somebody to look at too. Sarwan was a quality cricketer. You could just look at his stats. He averaged 40 in both one-day cricket and Test cricket. And I always hear Phil Wallace say this: if you're a batsman, you got to average 40. If you average under 40, you're not a batsman. But look, this young man got a lot of potential, guys. I got a lot of time for him. And sometimes you get a bad season. That does not mean that he's a poor cricketer. He plays for the West Indies, and I always believe that anytime you play for the West Indies, you hold a special place in my heart, because you have worked your butt off to get to the pinnacle of your sport. All the young man needs to do is give himself some time. I was watching him in his CPR, and just wasn't giving himself enough time to get in. He was looking to fire and fire hard. I think he was playing off of memory more than off of form. I just believe that he just had to give himself an opportunity to just battle the 6 overs. And once he get past the power play, I think he could have flourished. But he did not really give himself that opportunity, and he failed miserably. But all in all, I think the young man has the potential to go on to be a good T20 cricketer. And not only a good T20 cricketer, but a good cricketer holistically. And I believe in this young man.
Tino, it's early, so I don't want to say that he is stuck in a rut. But from your perspective, seeing both sides of the coin, playing the game at the highest level and now working as a coach, what is it that causes these talented players at the regional level and in the CPL, because King has lit up the CPL in the past, to seem to fall into that space where there's a transition problem? There's a transition problem preventing them from looking anywhere near decent at the international level when they look so promising at the first-class level. That seems to be happening to Brandon King.
Just mindset and preparation. You got to back yourself. I think once we can get those players to think like that, I think that many players are going to perform. So it's more mental rather than talent or physical or any of those attributes. I just think it's the mindset. And once you get that mindset right, I think that he will perform much better, George.
Go back to your notes from the CPL just past, Tina. So I'm asking you to dip into your files. What is it that your team, the Zooks, prepared to do against Brandon King when you faced him?
Both some outswingers. Both outswingers hit the deck hard. Try to get the ball moving away from him. Try to let everybody sit on the circle, so cover, extra cover, just sit back on the circle. Because he's not one of those guys that are going to play with soft hands and get a single. And that, I think that is what will get him going in international cricket, giving yourself that chance. So when he's facing the big quicks down in New Zealand, I think he needs to play, unless it's a right half volley or a crap delivery that he can smack before, I think he should play with soft hands and get a single. I think that singles are so overrated in our game that guys just think that they need to hit boundaries every single ball. You got to give yourself a chance. And that is the thing that he was not doing in the CPL. And it was easy for teams to find him out. Guys were just saying, look, we can hit lines hard, try to get the ball to ship away from him, and he's still going to go hard at it. He's not going to leave any balls. He's not going to try to play with soft hands. And that is up to Phil Simmons now in New Zealand to get into his head and say, young man, give yourself that chance. Play with some soft hands, get these singles, get the blood going, and then you can express yourself.
You know, people make a lot about watching film, especially in the North American sport. You hear the guys who are the NFL analysts and the NBA analysts talking about going home, locking up in a room and watching 8 hours of tape and coming back out. Does that work for a cricketer, one? And if it does, would you advise Brandon King to watch someone who plays with those soft hands that you're talking about? And who would you recommend him to seek to emulate with how they went at the bowling, especially the bowling with the ball moving?
One of the best people to watch is Virat Kohli, A.B. de Villiers. These are guys who are tremendous, the greatest T20 cricketers ever. I mean, Chris Gill is an anomaly. Chris Gill is, the universe boss is completely different. But sometimes you watch Chris Gill and he plays with soft hands, he gets his single, he takes his time. And that is what Brandon King needs to watch. He needs to watch the Chris Gills in those innings that he can make up, because Brandon King can make up. And he needs to just play with some soft hands. Watch footage of how guys start innings, and then you finish. It's all about your finish. You can't go wham bam and think that you're gonna fire for 120 balls because he's an opening batsman. You got to give yourself that chance. You got to give yourself that platform to launch. And if he gives himself that platform by getting these singles early and stuff, I think he will be okay. But he needs to watch footage of guys who play with soft hands and get singles, get those singles going early, get that blood pumping. And I think that's when he's going to execute his plans properly and he's going to do well.
Tino, how important do you feel that these T20 matches in New Zealand will be for Brandon King if he's to be a future of the West Indies team?
Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 games. It's kind of hard. I mean, because T20 is only 1 innings, guys.
Right.
So he basically got 2 innings to get his feet moving.
So he has 3 chances.
Honestly, I mean, it's 3-1. It's 3 T20s, beg your pardon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So he got 3 opportunities to get the ball rolling. What Brandon needs to do is assess quickly. He needs to fast track, and he needs to assess the situation quickly. If he's facing Trent Bolt, Trent Bolt is going to look to nick him off in terms of bowling in between bat and pad, or probably carrying the ball away from him. Bat out Trent Bolt. Go hard at the rest, bat out Trent Bolt. Trent Bolt coming off of a magnificent IPL. He won the IPL. He's one of the top bowlers in the IPL. Sometimes you got to give jacket, play out Trent Bolt and destroy the others. And that's what I think that he needs to do down in New Zealand.
Good news, Tino. Our producer is just telling us that Bolt is out of the T20s.
Wow.
So that's a plus, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting some rest then. Okay. Well, look, still give himself the opportunity to start the innings good by getting those singles early. And look, FC West Indies are like 40 in the first 6 overs. They have so much power hitters that they can make up. Brandon needs to play in that mindset that, look, I'm playing for my future, and he just can't go and score 12, 13, and 8. I think if he scores 12, 13, and 8, we're going to miss his name for a while. That's the honest truth.
There you go. Tino West, thank you for that. We take a break. Stay where you are. More on the SportsMax Zone.